This episode of Super GG Radio is brought to you by our Patreon. Patrons of the show can get our Dogs of Super GG Radio newsletter, Super GG Radio stickers to slap on your closest PC or bag, input on what we cover, game nights with the hosts, and even a chance to win a copy of an indie we talked about. Not only that, but 90% of all patron contributions go to the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. Visit patreon.com/superggradio to learn more.
What's good, Internet, and welcome to session 242 of Super GG Radio, where friends chat about video games and all things adjacent. Guess what? No Alex this week. You guys want to know what he's doing? He's trying to find one of them Dune popcorn buckets that they were selling at AMC. You'll have to check in next week to see how that went.
I feel like the used market's got to be out there somewhere.
Especially for ones with the hole cut in the bottom.
No, Alec. It's in the top. That's where the hole is. Have you not seen this thing?
No.
Oh, dear Internet, please take the opportunity to Google Dune popcorn bucket. And, yeah, you're welcome. All right.
Oh, my.
That is the Dune bucket.
Let me say that I'm surprised that we even have an episode this week. I thought we were going to take a break, but here we are. So this week, I'm your Valentine's guy, Eric Getty Gettinger. I brought chocolates, some fine wine, so let's get ready for some romance and some games. With me, as always, is former cover model from Teen Beat, Joel DeWitte.
Don't be jealous just because I had the smolder, and now I have the beat list too. What's the smolder? What's the smolder?
It's how you...
What's the smolder?
You don't know what a smolder? It's the...
No.
Like the come hither look. You gotta give the...
smoldering look.
Yeah.
I'll need to work on that one. I do have beat list, though. That's mine.
I thought Smolder was that person who traveled around with Scully looking for aliens.
No, nice try. Also with us, by surprise, is the owner of said Teen Beat magazine, Kelly DeWitte. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, happy to be here. Surprise to me as well.
You can be my Yoko Ono.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
thank
come on.
you. That, of all the people on Earth, you could have chosen to...
That's okay. Does that make me John
I
Lennon?
am now...
That's not great.
Well, please, it's better to be John Lennon than Yoko Ono.
Oh, boy.
Well, somebody's career's dead. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, compare yourself to a beetle. Thank you.
Yeah, right. He's our Beatle.
we are the Beatles of podcasting.
Yes, that is true. I mean, you know,
I'm Ringo.
The Fast Four. There we
Well,
So far off the rails already. All right, let me introduce sexiest man alive, Super GG Radio 2024, Alec Parks.
Thank you, Getty. I also have the Smolder, but I will never have the beat list.
Oh. Well, if Joel keeps it up, neither will Alex.
Yep. Good luck, Alex.
He's somewhere seething.
You better start ignoring your child and get to work. Like any real red-blooded American.
Nobody can ignore Robin. Don't go there. She's too cute.
She is probably one of the best little kids.
Oh my god, she's so cute.
Yeah.
So
You guys watch
adorable.
out. She's vicious. She's conniving.
She's feisty. Yeah.
She's sneaky. Like Alex was telling me this one story. Let's just completely derail the podcast once again.
Yep.
She was somehow working out a deal with one of the teachers for suckers. She's like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
And Alex found it. He's like, you can't give my kids suckers. You cut that out.
That's okay. Our youngest at daycare, I went to pick him up one time, and the teacher set me aside and said, okay, so something happened here. He was washing his hands after using the bathroom, and I hear him whisper,
I forgot about that.
"Yeah, I got it from you."
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What is that? The F-bomb you used? What happened here before last week?
No,
or
it
whatever?
doesn't. It doesn't count if I'm telling a story and it's a quote.
Sure.
Keep going.
Well, in that
Joel,
case,
keep
it's
going.
always a quote.
Blaming your kids for swearing.
Yep.
All right. Joel, sleeves tonight? No sleeves?
Sleeves.
Oh, so I guess you're
Tat
not
on
flexing the guns?
You can still flex the guns.
These
It's okay.
derringers, like, no, I'm good. Thanks.
Tiny crickets.
All right. Well, this week we're gonna try our hand. Get it, poker. In early adopters. Fake our way through the news, and then am I the only person with backlog stuff? I'm the only person with backlog stuff. Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see how soon your kids need you back. You're at that magical phase where they don't really depend on you anymore.
Not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah,
no.
we're there if they
pretty,
need money.
They're pretty independent.
Yeah.
And food, right?
Well, money which buys food.
I don't know. I think that money buys Roblox bucks. Robux.
Oh, they're paying off their
Robux.
loan right now.
Yep.
For Robux.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Got
Maybe
indentured servants here.
We'll talk about that later. See what's going on with the... Wow. All right. So anyway, video game podcast. Hey, let's move on to early adopters where we play alphas, betas, and games where I am literally praying to be saved. Yeah. We got some winners this week. First one up, Indika. Y'all heard about this game? Anybody play it? Alec, I'm looking at you.
I actually watched Alex play it.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did he
is
talk
this game?
over it?
Check
I
out
don't-
Super GG Radio on YouTube to watch our preview footage of Indika.
I didn't watch it with the sound on.
Fair enough.
No, I did. And he didn't talk over it. Because I did hear words from Indika talking and everything. So, yeah.
I was going to say, if you didn't listen to it or you didn't watch it with the sound on, you would have missed out on quite a bit. So, Indika is a third-person action-adventure game where you play as a nun. And she is going across country with a soldier who she has saved. It kind of drops you into this scenario.
I mean, it's kind of implied that she didn't have a choice in saving him, that he took her hostage.
She's still saving him. I mean, she's the one who's pedaling the motorbike. I got some things to say about this, but anyway, some of the core mechanics. You can find items that give you increased faith. There's some areas where you have to pray in order to change the landscape of the level. And let's not forget weird dogs chasing you. But the sound. This game has some crazy music that was completely out of place, like right off the bat. It was a very serious tone, a very serious setting. Setting is in Russia. It's snowy, harsh landscape, and you hop on this little bike, and it's different. It's kind of like a steampunk bike, but that's when this like goofy music starts. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of chiptune-y, like not something I would expect from something so serious. Like I want maybe ambient noise that is creepy.
Yeah. Ambient noise, something with sort of a low hum. You know,
Nope.
not quite like horror movie soundtrack, but just like unsettling undertones, right?
Yeah. Instead, I got like, doo 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 doo. And I was like,
Maybe it's just Russian music.
It could very well be, but don't let that put you off. This game is crazy fun.
It is an experience.
Yeah, I want Alex third person removed experience where he didn't actually put his hands on the controls first.
Yes.
Yeah, so I definitely liked the philosophical aspects of the devil poking in your ear, just getting in there. How bad is it to open a letter? Is it worse than not delivering it? That had to be my favorite part, and watching Alex repeatedly get eaten by the bear dog.
All right, Joel, do it.
Do what?
Tell me, how fast did you wish list this?
It's on my wish list. I mean, I got to the point. There's a point where it gets to the kind of bizarre and crazy where you have to hold a button to pull in like the hallway that pulled out from you with a lot of red and scary stuff. And I got to that, and I did that, and that's when I stopped and wish listed. Like this game has such great atmosphere. The music issue notwithstanding, like you're walking through this snowy place, and there is snowflakes all over her hood, and it glistens and glimmers. Everything is behind the camera and slow in a way where it lets you really take in the environment. And that kind of atmospheric, quality is really important for something like this. It's kind of like, and this is a game I need to actually play a little more, Hellblade. Like Hellblade is like that too, where it's kind of slow, you're behind the shoulder, but you're just taking everything in. And I'm looking forward to this quite a bit.
It was a lot of fun. I don't know if it was possible to maximize your faith during the course of the playthrough, but we didn't talk too much about this like level up system. When you get to that area where you have to pray to shift to the landscape, it uses like the faith element, but you have so much of it. It's like a crazy amount, like 1,600 faith. So unless you like are just sitting there like hitting the button as much as possible, it's really not going to make a difference. But you find different stuff in the environment, books, scriptures, some pictures of saints, what are they? I want to call them censers, like the little thing that the priest will carry and waft incense.
Yep, it's a censer.
Okay, yeah. So you go around and like you'll light one of those, you'll find these different items, and it'll increase your faith, and it levels you up so that there's a chance that you could get a little bit of faith every time, a little bit more every time you find an item, or you could just get like some right now. But I don't know what that is going to contribute to the overall landscape of this game. But there is this creepy horror element to it, between what Alec was explaining with the devil whispering in your ear. There's like this sense of doubt that the character is dealing with because of the journey that she's on. And at the same time, you have this crazy monster dog that is chasing you around in a... I want to say that I know that it's a paint factory, but just the way that it looks more like a clock tower at some points. There's a lot of moving parts. It's got some good adventure elements. It'll be interesting to see how it evolves and what we end up with. So that is Indika. Remember that. There will be a test later.
Gotta have faith.
And speaking of tests, everybody's poker skills were tested this week. We played, I'm going to try it, Balatro. Does that sound right?
My mind went Balatro.
Balatro.
But what about you?
Balatro would be my guess.
Alec?
Balatro.
All right.
Wow.
Kind of in
Split
between
decision.
the two.
let's figure out how to pronounce it. But who feels like they spent the most time with it? Because that's the winner.
I think Alex did, since he played like 3 hours on the flight.
He also got a code so that he could review it.
Yep.
So that doesn't count. I'm just talking about demo time. So who's got the most demo time?
You played most recently for about the last hour and a half, right?
Yep, played for probably about an hour.
Then it's Kelly. Kelly gets to explain the whole game in detail.
Ooh, okay.
Joel,
in
you have
detail,
to help.
yeah.
I'll do my best.
All right, so it starts out with what? How many cards? It's not 5. It ends up with
Here,
what, 10?
I'll start,
Okay.
and then you can carry it.
Yeah.
Balatro is a roguelike where you play poker. That's kind of it.
It's okay, Kelly. It's your turn. No.
Okay, so instead of having 5 cards traditionally, there are like 10 cards, and then you discard, and then it gives you new cards, and then instead of playing against somebody, you're basically just, okay, you have a straight, you have a flush, you have, this, and that. So you get points based off of what you have. So, and of course, the ace, king, queen, those are all the high cards worth, what, 11 points? 10 points, 11 points?
10.
And then you have the chance to go into your pot and buy cards. I bought a Joker card, which every time I got a straight, I ended up getting 120 extra points or extra coins.
Yep.
So it was a very handy card to have. And I think I even got the Celestial Pack. I got Earth and Mars. So every card has something different. You get a stray, you get so many coins. You get a flush. You get, so many coins or points or whatever. And so I found that a lot of fun. And it's really, really quick. And you get multiple chances to discard too. It's not just, you don't just discard once. You can do it like, 3 or 4 times before you can, get your final hand in. So it was a lot of fun, very breezy.
So anybody can really play it, right?
As long as you have basic poker knowledge.
I think that's what's great about it, and what's really smart is they're using poker as the base. Mm-hmm. Practically any adult and most teenagers know how to play poker. So
my students play poker all the time.
But it's a shared language that pretty much everybody has.
Yeah.
And just having virtual poker with this added layer of you're trying to beat these high scores to get past this level, and you get to buy cards that modify your multipliers or add points. Yeah. You get to add different cards to your deck. It expands the game of poker in a way that it really does drive that I want to play one more round. And it's so brisk and breezy that, if you did a better round, it still doesn't take that long to get through that portion.
No,
so it's just, it takes the kind of format of roguelites that I don't always love and applies it to something that I think fits like a glove.
Mm-hmm.
Alec, you got anything you want to add in there?
No, I don't. You guys explained it really well. You have so many hands that you get to play, so many discards that you get to play per challenge. You can have up to 5 jokers at a time. I love that they added in tarot as consumable items to upgrade your cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How high did you guys get with ante? How far did everybody get?
I got to the large.
Yeah, I got there too.
But I got beat by that point.
Yeah, I got beaten once, but then, it helps when you get that Joker card because, I'm pretty good at getting straights in this game, apparently, and I was able to get a lot of use out of it.
My run ended because, 3 perpetual turns, the only thing I could get out was 2 pair. And part of the mechanics too is that if you play the same hand over and over, I think the value decreases.
What did you think
cards.
about the one where the face down cards?
Oh, that
down
was
cards.
a pain.
That was a
Yeah,
pain.
so bad.
That one, that part I did not like, because then it's just a complete game of chance and no skill required whatsoever.
Well, so
you
you can
gonna-
game it a little bit, because you can play
buttons.
with the buttons at the bottom to organize by suit or by rank.
No, I didn't know
And so
that.
if you shift that around where it's sorting your hand by rank, you can kind of see what cards you may have.
Okay,
I did the same
All
thing,
right.
Alec. So I did
good
that.
to know.
I just threw like 5, because every time you play, you got to play 5 cards. So I just threw 5 in there, and then I discarded the rest, and then I had everything that I could see. That wasn't the worst part. It's when you really get into the weeds, and it's like, well, you only need 3,600 points for this round, and I'm like,
That's it.
all right, I'll give it a shot.
That is one of those things like other roguelites where if you have a bad run, you're going to know pretty quickly if you're going to dip far. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that face down one got me. So
You only played for about an hour.
yeah, no, it was fun. Other than that, it was a lot of fun. Something my students should never get into, because I will never ever see them again. So.
No. February 20th, so we're already 5 days out from recording.
By the time you hear this, the
I
game
should
might
hope-
already be out.
Yeah. Tuesday. Ooh, boy.
Looking at you, Joel.
What did I do?
Will the episode be up before the game
Yes.
comes out?
Yes.
How sure
Just
are you?
just by a hair. But it'll
Just
make
by
it.
a hair.
What game is this?
Balatro.
Oh, Balatros. Okay, so wait, the game
Balatro.
the game hasn't officially come out yet?
No, we played a demo.
Oh yeah, I knew it was a demo, but I thought it came
comes
out already.
Nope, it comes out February 20th. So Alex has a review code, and I'll be playing this too. So.
Ooh. Dueling review codes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Did you not get yours?
Allegedly.
I don't know what you mean. All right. Well, maybe one of these nights we should all just have a poker night. Figure out who the real winner is of Balatro. So take a break here to discuss logistics, because that's my thing. Be right back. Hey news. Roses are red, violets are blue. Let's see what happens at the end of the segment. All right. News this week. These are just links. I just complained about this. Hold on. I need to open the links. The first one goes to a Twitter that is no longer valid.
Oh, well, it opened for me fine.
me try again.
Deconstruct Team, which is the developer behind the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. Game I reviewed, it was a fun narrative experience. They are having a card-making contest, and you can win a DIY tarot deck, as well as let's say a toy.
Yeah, toy is accurate.
Man, this thing will not open for me, so I'll take your word for it. Sounds good, sounds good, sounds good.
Check the
Thank
chat.
you. This is... That's why it doesn't come up for me. I think it got taken down. That is This is a phallic object. That's what that is.
It's a sculpture, Daddy. It's a sculpture.
Okay.
That I'm sure that'd be a conversation piece.
Jeez. Can you imagine that just sitting on your table at home? Okay. All right. So, yep. Next piece of news. The PlayStation 5 is entering its later life cycle?
The latter stage of its life cycle. Yeah. It was in some of their earnings statements and conversations with the vice president, who said that the pace of their sales is not keeping up with their forecasts, and they're starting to send the messaging that we're in the second half of the game here. So, as someone who just got a PlayStation 5 last year, cool.
So does that mean PS6 soon?
Soon might be a stretch, right? Maybe they do like they did the PlayStation 4 and Pro for that. Maybe we see a Pro like a couple years out, and then a few years out after that. But yeah,
I think there's still some life left in it.
There is. Now, part of the bummer though is that they also said something effective not to expect any marquee first-party titles until the end of March 2025. So,
I mean, I'd rather have them take time instead of try and push out incomplete titles.
Stop having rational responses to this.
Or hear me out, not making any of the teams have to go through what we've already seen in the industry with Mario time. You might know it as crunch time, but I prefer Mario time.
Yeah, Mario time's pretty good. I keep on seeing the meme thrown around of something like, I want smaller games that look worse and where people are paid appropriately or something like that. It's like, yeah, no, I kind of agree with that.
You see those and you're like, hey guys, can I interest you in Super GG Radio where we play those games for you?
Yeah, we're the weird indie truffle pigs here. So, yeah, but what do I care? Sony's dead to me. I just broke this thing open.
Really?
Oh my gosh, it's all over his hands. It's everywhere. No way, it actually is everywhere.
It's a little toy like dumpling thing my son.
And you thought I was gonna break it?
Yeah,
you murdered it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I'll get you some.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right. Well, next piece of news: Ease 10 or Ease X has been announced. You know what that means?
You're playing Ease?
I had never planned to, and now there's a 10th one.
Okay.
Are you gonna play it?
Does Alex like these?
I don't know.
I never played them.
Thank you.
He played one.
He played one.
Yeah, and then he complained about how it wasn't what he expected. He's like, I thought this was an RPG, and it just turns out to be bullet hell. I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but
that was pretty close. Yeah, good for East fans, which clearly aren't us. So,
but yay, there's a 10th one.
Well, see, now I'm curious because like there's a Ease 9 has a demo. Maybe it's good.
Alec.
What?
Alec, don't download that demo.
Okay, I won't download that demo.
You have other stuff to do. Focus up.
Have at least one game that you need to finish by the end of this month.
Okay, fair.
Last thing I need is Alex coming after me for letting you download that demo. He knows. He knows.
He knows.
Next up, Lucy Liu is voicing a VR pirate game. Well, hold on. Lucy Liu voiced virtual reality pirate game announced. It's called The Pirate Queen, A Forgotten Legend. Well, that definitely was
You know
creative
how-
of them.
You know how Charlie from Always Sunny reads like very badly and writes very badly? That's sort of what hit my head reading that.
I don't know, this isn't the worst thing that I've seen written here. And that includes stuff that I've written, so.
Okay. Okay. Good for Lucy Liu. But
yeah,
she still
it's-
didn't work.
Exactly. I was going to say, it's been a while since I've seen any Lucy Liu... Anything, I think?
I was
don't
just
know.
gonna say I haven't seen
What's your
him
favorite
forever.
Lucy Liu movie?
The only thing I truly know her from is Charlie's Angels, but
Yeah.
I didn't even see that, so I just
Whoa.
know of her. I don't think I've seen
Whoa.
her in anything else.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill, yeah, I've never
Oh, I
seen it.
forgot she was in that. That's right. It's been a long time since I've seen them.
Yeah, I have not heard of her in a very long time.
Alec?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Who?
Who? Yeah,
describe
I'm sitting here hitting IMDb like, wait, Lucy Liu?
How do I know this name? Next. Microsoft Flight Simulator adds the Dune copter for funsies. That's it. I'm not saying anything else.
I want to fly the Dune bucket. You fly the Dune bucket.
Dune bucket.
I did not know of that thing until just now.
You've
Hey,
been
guys.
cursed with this knowledge.
I have.
Should we make this like a super GG, like if you like, subscribe, and get 2 people to follow our Twitch, then you too can have one of these buckets, because Alex will get it for you. Can we make that a thing?
Yeah. He's
All
not
right.
here to stop us.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to be real upset when he hears this episode. I'm just signing him up for a whole bunch of stuff and spreading rumors about him.
Just ready.
Okay.
It's so easy.
Yeah. He's not here to defend himself. Okay. All right. Refocus. Wait, this is not what this game is called. He just got me the code for it. Hold on.
Thaumaturge?
The Thaumaturge. The Thaumaturge from studio making the Witcher 1 remake pushes the release date of the Thaumaturge back out of February because it's already too crowded. There's too many games coming out in February.
Are there?
It's true.
What's
There's
going on
only
in
one that I can think of that
Balatro?
Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Well, that too.
Okay.
I don't think anybody wants to compete with Final Fantasy. It looks okay.
I'll get it
But
someday.
remember, that's day 1 for Alex. Make sure you get it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Wait, that wasn't a joke.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah,
that
I'll
was
just-
completely a joke.
I'll just do it on Switch. Don't worry.
In 20 years.
It's going to be the cloud version.
Oh, they got
I
Final
get
Fantasy
it.
15 on the Switch. That was terrible. They have a version of Final Fantasy 15 on Switch, but it's that like chibi.
Chibi. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Alex definitely got me a code for the Thaumaturge, and let me tell you, I downloaded it, and it does play on Steam Deck for about 20 minutes at a time because it's so intense. I was like, I'm at 70% and I have 15 minutes of battery life left. Let's do this. Plugged it in. So expect a review before it comes out in March. You've never heard of it. Don't worry about it.
I haven't, but I have to look it up now.
Did that
Go on.
door
I'm
just
listening.
open behind you magically?
It totally did.
No, it's a
Our
dog.
magic dog just came in.
Oh. Haunted
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Next.
it's one of these games. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's that game that you can't finish
Correct.
that you've been playing on stream forever.
I want to quit it so bad.
Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment are first games going multi-platform.
I think we need to define multi-platform here because you can already play them on your Xbox or on Steam.
Yes, that's my thing. So Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment, I assume that this means that they are going to be available on such devices as Nintendo and Sony, because I sure did pick up Hi-Fi Rush for like $10 on Steam, and I can play that not on an Xbox.
I need to finish that game.
No, you don't.
That's like my motto. So those are two of the rumored games. The other two was emphasized by Phil Spencer as live service games, and the world of gaming already just concluded that it was Grounded and Sea of Thieves as the other two. So
Okay.
we got a short list of the 4 games they identified today as the starting point. Maybe now the internet can stop hyperventilating about Xbox going away.
Or Starfield becoming a video game. Whatever happened to Starfield? What would you guys say? It lost 96% of its player base?
Yep.
So that means that Kevin Hartwig is still playing it.
Yep. Accurate.
Oh, all right. So go pick up those games, I guess, if you don't already have them.
I do
You
have
probably do.
I do have to send a correction. He has moved on from Starfield. He's all in on Baldur's Gate 3.
No, he'll go back to Starfield.
You think so, huh?
Yep.
He is a Bethesda head, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He'll get bored eventually.
He did play Fallout 76.
See? Somebody played it. Alright, Deep Rock Galactic Survivors released into early access. Yay.
Woo! We did a beta breakdown on it. Check out our YouTube channel.
Is that the
What?
Vampire Survivors like?
Yep.
Since when?
Yeah,
Since,
that game's one
what,
of a
4
kind.
months ago?
Yeah, that
isn't
sounds
a-
about right.
There isn't a tidal wave of also Rands trying to do the Vampire Survivors thing, too.
3 months ago, 1 month ago, 3 weeks ago. Did we hit our quota for beta breakdowns for the year, or do we still have more that we need to do?
Well, Alex hasn't talked about it in a bit, so I assume we're okay for now.
When can I... Yeah, okay. Who's the next victim? Wait a second, I did the first 2. What are you guys doing? I'm disappearing. I'm gonna take my... I'm gonna play my trap card. I don't know where I put it though.
I just...
All right.
It's like you with My Friendly Neighborhood. We gotta let you walk into it first.
Here's the controller. Have fun. Until you're falling asleep 3 hours in, barely alive. That takes us to the best part of the podcast, the freebies.
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 I'm not going to say it. All right. This week, we got one whole freebie. We're really slacking.
Mm-hmm.
The other game didn't pan out. Looks like it's already not free, so we will save you the time. But if you are over on the Epic Games Store between now and February 22nd, you can pick up your copy of Dakar Desert Rally. And what is that? It sure looks like a racing game. It is a racing game. Off-road rally racing adventure. Experience speed and excitement of the largest rally race on the planet, featuring a variety of licensed vehicles for motorcycles, cars, trucks, quads, and SSVs.
What's an SSV?
Hey, don't worry about it. What you should worry about is picking up your copy now before it goes away.
Oh,
Yep.
all right.
Do it now.
We finished the news. It's time for a break. Woohoo! And we're back. Back with the Backlog Blog, where we play games, where... Hey guys, I'm playing some Hogwarts Legacy.
How many magic wands do you have?
I'm on my second. I don't know if that is significant story-wise, but for those of you that aren't aware of what Hogwarts Legacy is, you are a young wizard who's starting at Hogwarts as a 5th year, which is peculiar because most kids start as a regular entry 1st year. But you have a borrowed wand to start, and then you eventually go and get yourself your own, and you get to create it too.
What goes into creating it?
Nice.
You can pick the type of wood that it's made out of, what the center of it has inside of it, and then the consistency of it. So if it's like a very buoyant or flexible wand, or if you want something more stiff, then those are options that you can choose from. And you can also customize your wand a little bit. There's just a lot of customization in Hogwarts Legacy.
How well is that reflected in the actual gameplay? Like, does your wand look like the wand you customized?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're constantly picking up this. The Hogwarts Legacy it suffers from the Destiny effect. Okay. And when I say that, I mean you're drowning in gear. And there's some points where you can't even hold any of it, and not all of the gear looks good. So you constantly have to go into the menu and change the appearance of it so that you don't look absolutely bonkers. So there is a lot of customization. My biggest gripe with this game is that there is too much to do, and that's coming from me. So every main mission they'll introduce like a new thing. It's like, this is a Merlin puzzle. All right, so we're gonna do this. You complete it, and it's like, all right, now do 2 more. All right, do 2 more, and then it's like, all right, do 96 more. It's like, what do you mean do 96 more? Who was like, yeah, we should put like maybe 100 of these in this game? Like, no. And then it's like, oh, you can go over here. There's like, it has that map that looks like somebody threw up on it. So there's just little things everywhere. Don't get me wrong. Eventually it opens up and you get your broomstick and you can fly around, and it makes it a lot easier. But goodness gracious, if there isn't just way too much to do. And if you thought that like it was confusing to watch the movies and see the characters like navigate the castle, it's exactly like that. It's impossible to find your way around. And that's what makes the game great.
That's how I felt about the college in Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Yeah.
It's like, this thing's inscrutable. I don't really want to travel around and find all of you. I'd rather you just be a menu that I pull a list out of. Yeah. Like,
I was casually playing it right before we started, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just do this. And then it's like, go find this person. I was like, where are they? And then I opened the map, and they're all the way on the other side. Like, this said that they were 20 feet away from me. What do you mean it's the other side of the map? So, and to get there, you have to go up, around, through a tower, down into a court, or through a courtyard. Mm-hmm. But it's the infuriating nature of it that makes it fun.
More
so
broadly,
is your map like a precursor? Is your map like a precursor to the Marauders map?
Not really. It's just like a map. So it's a map of the castle, and it's a map of Hogsmeade, and then you have the entire world map, which is even more than I had expected. I was thinking that this is going to be kind of like a self-contained in a smaller section, but it is crazy. It's a lot of fan service, too. for those that like the movies or the books.
I guess for
You go to Gringotts at one point.
Is this a single player game or is it multiplayer? I mean, you mentioned Destiny. Is it something akin to that?
No, it's single player, but I mean, I think everybody's hope was that they were going to make Quidditch a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that they actually will, but it sure would be cool. There hasn't been a Quidditch game since, like, PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I think that was single player. It'd be kind of neat to experience that. There's good sports games that aren't regular people's sports anymore. So look at Rocket League.
There have to be a lot of people with ideas about how to translate that to a video game, right? With how many
It shouldn't
people
be
love
difficult now.
No. It's like that one Final Fantasy X. What's the sport in that?
Blitzball.
Blitzball.
Yeah.
Except you're just adding another dimension to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this game is way too big. There's way too much to do. I'm not going to finish all of it.
Yeah, you're gonna platinum it, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I have already I have made a conscious decision to not do that. It's just too much. When I'm running around on the map, I'll do stuff, but it's just way too much.
You
I
don't
have
want
a
to
lot
turn
of
into a
patience.
checklist. That's what you want it to
that's basically what it is, and that's what I'm looking at. Like, this is, and it's not that everything is like in a small area. I got to go through a whole world map, so it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But I'll finish that. I'm hoping that the story, like the main story, is pretty quick. It's all the side stuff that is a time sink. And that's what I have. And I feel like Joel has something he wants to share with us.
Sure. So I will probably return to this later on when I get more time with it. But Kelly and I have been on a Robocop journey over the last few weeks here. And,
movies and this game?
Started with movies. And then I knew this game was out, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. But I got the bug after we had started watching it. And Robocop Road City. It is a first-person shooter. You play as Robocop, doing Robocop stuff. Starting out, we're talking about going to a drug den and infiltrating and rooting out guys by violently murdering them with all sorts of weaponry you can find, as Robocop does. Then what I really like about the first-person shooter is the feel. So a lot of them, as of late, that I've played have been really fast, twitchy stuff.
Yeah.
This game is slow.
How slow are we talking?
Walking speed in a Call of Duty or Titanfall? That's Robocop's run speed. That's what we're talking about.
No.
Yes, it's great. It's really good.
It doesn't frustrate you? You're like, come on, let's go.
That's how I felt the first mission for it, because it's that Sonic thing. I just want to go fast and feel like I'm not being burdened or over encumbered. But this game, once you get in the mindset of you're Robocop, of course he's not going to be a speed demon, and get acquainted to it, it's fine. It's in the heat of combat that it really makes sense and it feels good. So anybody who's watched Robocop movies, they have a visual sensor sometimes where it'll be a green box with a crosshair sort of honing in on the bad guy. It does that visual effect when you aim your sight down at people.
We weren't, I don't think we're old enough to appreciate that, but that was cutting edge science fiction greatness.
Yeah.
Back when it first came out, it was yeah, look at this targeting computer. Boop, boop, boop.
I mean, Robocop in a lot of ways is just kind of poor man's Terminator. you look at the movies too.
It's
like
the claymation.
The first
in the
one,
movies.
yeah, it's like they're using claymation for these giant monsters,
unbelievable.
and they had one scene where Robocop was hanging from a ledge in the second movie, and it is like unambiguously a stage plays backdrop instead of even like a green screen effect. It's
Shameful.
It's a wonderful kind. It's a time. It's a timepiece. It's a relic of its time.
It is a relic. Yes.
But this game, you are going through these corridors and areas where everything is tightly packed enough where the slowness doesn't really bother you, and you're doing just a lot more of slow walking down spaces, taking your shots in, stopping at a corner before you hit the next corridor to make sure you're not walking straight into gunfire. Start off with that cool pistol that does the 3-shot each time that he shoots them. Boy, when you shoot people, it is violent and about as bloody as you'd expect from a movie from that series. And they got the original actor. Was it Peter Weller? Mm-hmm. That his name?
To do the voice?
They got him to come back and do the voice. Yeah. So the actual missions themselves are really cool. You can actually walk around, and if you find like drug paraphernalia or stolen goods, you pick it up and get points, and it'll say crime scene evidence or something like that as you pick it up. And then you have these spaces in between missions where you go back to the police station. And at the police station, they have little side missions. Let me give you an example here. The first couple side missions between levels. One, you help a coworker open a locker, and you do that by punching the locker.
Okay, I was going to say this has to be going somewhere because it doesn't seem like it's the most intense side mission ever.
No. And then, of course, there's a shooting range down there where you get to recalibrate. And then my favorite one, you go to the front desk and start taking walk-ins.
As Robocop.
So, like, there'll be one person walk in, maybe be like, say something really stupid, like, I need to file a complaint. This person stole my drugs or something like that. And then it'll give you dialogue choices where it'll be like, give them a warning, give them a fine, like, arrest them, and stuff like that. And you can choose it, and it'll change the actual dialogue. And the other one was, what was it? Of course I draw a blank now. But like
we'll never know.
It's really funny, dumb stuff, and it's little things that just add a lot of character to it. And so, yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. I need to spend considerable more time with it, but I've got other stuff due soon, so I need to start redoubling my efforts to Dishonored. So.
Aw.
I got through the second mission.
Woo!
That's progress.
You gotta
I'm just a little bit behind you.
Dude, that second mission felt long. Like, really long for some reason. And the look on your face makes me concerned about...
It didn't have to be. So, you're talking about the mission with the twins?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't have to be.
Okay.
You could have done it real quick. Did you... I guess we'll have to wait and figure out what you did to make it feel long, but...
Yep.
Okay. Everybody's good? Do you feel like you accomplished a lot this week?
No, but that's okay. That's most weeks.
All right. Well, then I'm glad to say that we can move on to our one last thing. And this week's one last thing is brought to you... I gotta do it. It's brought to you by the Dune popcorn bucket. This thing is a travesty that it exists. Somebody signed off on this, and they made it.
And they knew exactly what they were doing.
And nobody in the corporation was like, maybe we don't do that, or this doesn't look right. Everybody's like, yeah.
This is a good idea.
I like the idea of it being some exec, and like he's throwing the idea down, and nobody's willing to be like, "This is a terrible idea."
This is the perfect example of the mandatory bystander training that I have to take right now. Somebody needs to say something. The group mentality is not going to cut it. Somebody has to speak up. All right. My one last thing is, I guess I need to do this video game review. So I'm going to go find my Steam Deck and get close enough to an outlet so I can play this game. For better or for worse. There's no Alex this week. So Joel.
So me. All right. So you sort of alluded to it. I'm not having the best time with Disto Elysium. And sadly enough,
right.
Playing Lion King last night, I was actually making progress in the game, so it somehow felt better than playing Disto Elysium. So I decided I'm going to game the system. And one of my favorite comedians is George Carlin. Mm-hmm. And he had this old joke about the 7 words you can never see on television.
Right.
So those are...
Whoa. Are you
I will be playing The Lion King next week.
That escalated quickly.
And does tits really belong on the list?
Not really.
I feel like you can say that on the internet now without getting in trouble.
It's a timepiece. It's a relic of its time.
It's still a funny joke, but
yeah,
it's just a little outdated. Well, I guess Joel is just taking the knife and stabbing himself deeper. Let's give Kelly an opportunity to share anything that she would like.
I got nothing exciting, at least. I don't know. We got what coming up? What do we?
We
what
released
are
a
we
recent episode of
yes.
Afterthoughts.
We have released
for
our
the second part of Lord of the Rings of Two Towers. Mm-hmm. Another thing that we've been spending over a year trying to get through.
Yes.
So.
And Dune is speaking of.
we owe somebody.
We owe
reading
somebody
Dune.
Reading Dune. So.
Is it me?
It's a Dune kind of night, I guess.
You like Dune?
Yeah.
Is Dune a good book?
Not read it.
It's a slow burn.
Okay.
It's good. I enjoyed it. I've read it 3 times.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
I look
it's a
forward
commitment,
to it.
though. Okay.
Yep.
Good luck.
Absolutely.
Alec.
Well, I've got a week to finish Dishonored because I'm going on a cruise after our podcast next week, and when I get back, it's time to go over it, I've been told. Or at least that's what Alex has implied.
It's time.
I mean, you can... It's not the best experience, but you can play it on Steam Deck.
Is it Steam Deck verified?
Yep. It is.
All right.
The text is wonky at times. You have to really tweak the settings, but it is playable. In case you were wondering.
No, I think I'm going to try to get through it before I get on the plane.
Commit to it. Do the thing.
Finish the fight.
And that'll be it for this week's episode of Super GG Radio. Before we go, you can find us on X, which is formerly Twitter, at Super GG Radio, and twitch.tv/Super GG Radio, where Thursdays is podcast day.
Woo! Tuesday's the Lion King.
Tuesday's Lion King. Alex is not here, so he's not doing anything. Those are the 2 days. Just remember those 2 days. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Anybody have anything else they want to add? Anything to declare before I put a cap in this? We're really going to finish at a decent time tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Woo! Hour-long episode.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. If you'd like to reach us with questions or input, Our email address is mail@superggradio.com. And provide us a review on iTunes or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks for listening, and good game, Alec.
Good game, Getty.
Good game, Joel and Kelly.
Good game.
And good night, everybody. Woo! Spring break.
Dune bucket.